Okay, so my name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Get some stuff off my screen there. So I made a video before this about could I love or marry somebody if I knew their parents couldn't stand me, and this was the thing. You know, I had it in mirror mode so you can read it. Now you can't because I got rid of mirror mode. Now let me explain this to you. Alright, because when you get married, you don't just marry the woman, or if you're on the other side of the track, you don't just marry the man. You're marrying into a family, and you're hoping to start a family of your own, which will forever connect you and your significant other. Now, before the alternative lifestyle community jump down my throat, I'm not a homosexual, and I'm not a lesbian. Although, if I had to choose, I'd much rather be a lesbian, but all jokes aside, I don't know how this would affect any of you, so you can stop watching this video right now. As for the rest of us in society that are deemed somewhat correct or whatever, more for people who are straight, I'm trying not to offend anybody. I'm going back to where I was now. When you marry a woman, you get her father and her mother and her sister and her brother. If you're a woman and you're marrying a man, you get his father and his mother and his sister and his brother. You get a family with your family in which you have holy union. So here's the thing. You know off the jump when someone can't stand you. Period. So I'm going to put it the way I see it, not the way everyone else sees it. And this is going to hurt some feelings, and it's not. And if it hurts your feelings, yeah, go to somebody else for advice. So the way I see it, if you really love this person and you can't live without them, then you're going to learn to live with their family. Like I said in the other video, there are workarounds. If your family ties are strong for your wife, but not strong with her family, and they're going to have Christmas together, and you don't feel comfortable, then you and your wife have a talk about, look, babe, I would rather spend Christmas at home with myself and visit my family while you take yourself and your children to go to Christmas with your parents, since you and I both know that they can't fucking stand me. And if they had it their way, I wouldn't have married you, and they would have found someone better equipped for you. And if you're honest with your wife about this, then this is how you should work it out. This Christmas, her and the kids go with her parents. Now, in the same scenario, if both of y'all are married to people whose parents can't stand you, here's the solution for that. Fuck both of them. You and your wife keep it at home for Christmas. Don't invite your mom because she doesn't like your wife, or your parents don't like your wife, and don't invite your parents if your parents don't like your husband. And until they can either figure out the compromise that bonds you and your wife together, then both sides, your parents and her parents, can get the finger. That's right. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this shit. Who y'all think y'all dealing with? When you love somebody, you accept them for who and what they are. No strings attached, no ifs, no ands, no buts about it, and you love them with every fiber of your fucking being. If their parents don't love you, you find a workaround. If you don't have to deal with their parents, unless it's like an emergency that affects their daughter and you, which they have every right to know what's going on with their daughter, then you find a workaround, a compromise, because both of y'all love their daughter. You love their daughter, they love their daughter. Y'all will work that shit the fuck out. Vice versa. That way I don't have to repeat all that shit. If you don't know what vice versa is, Google it. That's what the hell you guys have technology for. Shit doesn't help me, but it'll help you. Now, in all fairness, the bonds of marriage are sacred. The bonds of marriage are supposed to be, and I stress this because no one these days really truly follow this shit. I would follow it if I was lucky enough to marry the person that I was just trying to marry in the first place, and that shit's not happening. So God only knows what is in store for me next. So knowing that and not knowing what my future may bring, I would treat the next woman the same way, and if her parents can't stand me, then so be it. Now, here's the advantage of me. I only have one parent left, and I know that if my father was still alive, he would respect the woman even if he didn't like her, and he would probably tell me, look, Jimmy, I love you, son. I will tolerate your wife, but I'm gonna lay down some ground rules. Because y'all are married and you come into my house, you're gonna follow my rules. That's the ground rule right there. Now, Dad's not gonna go extinct and write every fucking rule in the house down. When you're done with the water, it's some common sense shit that he has. You're done with the water, cut the shit off. You're done with the refrigerator, close the motherfucker. You're done cooking, wash the dishes, serve everybody food, wash those dishes. Problem solved. When you're in the bathroom and you take a deuce, flush the toilet. You don't have to give the common courtesy flush, but flush the toilet, use the spray. Shit that an idiot could do. Alright? Mom, pretty much same damn rules. Now, here's the thing. My dad had rules probably about sex, pick your spots. Alright? And that simply means, like, if he has to work the next day, he would prefer not to hear this. And the bed rocking. Now, if he doesn't have to work, he probably said, look, just cut your music up really loud so that I don't have to hear that shit. My mom's probably the same way. And in respect, I'm not at my house. So unless I can get her to be exceptionally silent while doing the nasty, then we probably won't do it at all. No. Unless we have, like, let's say Dad take the kids to the park. Smashing. Straight the fuck up. Smashing. Take the kids, but not us. Oh, it's gonna be on then. Clean up the mess. Wash the clothes, wash the sheets. We're good to go. A little spray in the air so nobody can tell that we had sex. Straight out of Compton on that. Now, at my mom's house, same concept. If we're going to her parents, same concept. We're not having sex if her parents are at home. If her parents aren't at home and we got the house to ourselves, oh, we're fucking in every goddamn room just because they can't stand me. I'm not going to leave any surprises or anything, but there's workarounds. And peacefully, you can work around her parents or his parents not liking you. Now, as for the alternative lifestyle, again, I'm not in your bracket of people, so I wasn't trying to offend you, but the same rules can apply, I guess. If you're a gay man and you go home to your dad and he's not comfortable with y'all having sex while he's there, then don't have sex. If you're a gay woman and your parents aren't comfortable while they're there, then don't have sex. But if you guys have children, and you can use the children to get your parents out of the house, hey, why don't you take Junior to the park? Yes! I'm going to go teach your son on all the things it is that you're not teaching him how to do. Okay, because as soon as I get back home, I'm going to undo everything you taught him for the simple fact that you may have taught him some bad shit about me. But what you have to understand is his blood and your blood is in his body, but so is mine. So the child's going to have a choice. And with my luck, I'm only going to have girls, so you're probably not going to have too much fun going fishing, because that was something I always did with my dad. It wasn't fun with anyone else. Now, I wasn't a shopper. I'm a poor person. I'm practical. I'm logical. I do what I need, not what I want. And then that way I'll have some kind of future. When I get what I need out of the way, I can get what I want. I haven't really had a lot of wants in life outside of just, I only will have one true want, and that's to be happy. So, there's a respect line. If you can find a respect line, you can marry someone whose parents can't stand you. And if you can't find a respect line, then you can find the workarounds. And there are more than one option of working around. And like I said, she can spend Christmas with the kids with your parents. And if your parents don't like him, that's what I meant with her parents. If her parents doesn't like you, you don't have to go. It might not, I'm not going to backtrack. I'm going to forward track. Before that happens, what you should do, and, first find out how mature your kid brain level is before you do this. Kids are pretty adaptable and acceptable. Unfortunately, kids don't know how to lie until we teach them how to lie, or until fear of getting your ass beat teaches them how to lie. So you should explain to your kids, and it should be the parent of the people who can't stand the father or the mother. Your wife should sit there and tell your children, look, my dad, your grandfather, does not like your father. He's never liked your father, and your father's not coming to our house with my dad and my mom for Christmas. Here's why. Now, if your kid's over 10 or 11, you might be alright. But at 5 and 6, it's probably not the best idea to explain to them that your dad hates your husband, because kids between 4 to maybe 10 fly off at the mouth freely. No censors. They don't cuss, but some the kids I knew cuss. But most of the time they're overly honest. That being an issue, you probably don't want to have that conversation until they're old enough to understand that these are things you're not supposed to repeat in front of grandpa. And on the other side of that track, same fucking concept. If your mom can't stand your wife, or your parents, both of them, can't stand your wife, she doesn't have to go there. Now, I'm going to tell you how I would do it, because if I have the situation and my parents couldn't stand my girl, my wife, whatever, we would probably go the day of Christmas, like the 25th, and spend half the day there. Like, if they have gifts for our kids, okay, we're going to go and let the kids have their fun for about an hour. I'll call mom and tell her, look, I'm going to drop the kids off for an hour, and me and my wife are just going to go somewhere else. And if mom's like, well, why aren't you going to be there? It's like, well, if you don't want my wife there, you don't need me there. But that's how I view shit. Because I've done this in my past with my friends. If my girlfriend can't come, then I ain't going. And they're like, well, why do you want your girlfriend to come? Look, dude, I love my woman. If you're inviting me to a party and you don't like my girlfriend and she can't come, I'm a man to fuck up and say, look, I love you, bro, but I'm not coming. If my girl can't come, ain't no point in me coming. I'm not going to leave her at home by herself. And that's how I've always been. I'm James Williams Jr. There'll be a second part to this. Be seeing you.